CBC is one type of digital dollar that can be used by anyone. It would be issued, backed, and controlled by the Federal Reserve, and the US government would fully support it. This could be used instead of current payment methods and have benefits like instant payment settlement, a way to make deals across borders, and helping more people get access to money. More than 130 countries are looking into making their own digital currencies that are backed by the government. First tests have already started in China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and India. A digital euro pilot could start as early as 2028. In the meantime, the US is still a long way behind, even though more and more information is coming out about the features of digital currency. The Congress of the United States owns these words right there. It is very clear that the US Congress has given the go-ahead for XRP in the United States. This isn't just for banks and investment firms. XRP can be used for both domestic and foreign transactions. This is especially true from the US Federal Reserve. Why does this matter? The world shift is known to the US Congress. Brazil, India, China, and other countries are working with Ripple to set up their own digital currencies that will be issued by their central banks. The US doesn't want to be behind on this change. And can you guess which company they're working with? Yes, Ripple. As always, welcome back to Moneyside, the place to go for all things XRP. Like the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa have worked together to create a digital currency that can be used by all 5 countries. The US is going in the same direction. Let me show you a video that shows how Ripple and the US Federal Reserve talked about CBDCs all the way back in 2015. This history background shows that Ripple and the US have been working together behind the scenes, even though Ripple and the SEC are in public disagreements. There was a good chance that Ripple would win the SEC case because of this partnership. Do you remember how Ripple got the Federal Reserve to agree to use the FedNeb payment method? The Federal Reserve didn't give Ripple direct credit when they released the system, but there are hints. The Federal Reserve talked about a possible relationship with a blockchain company that could make payments quick and easy, with transactions taking only 3 to 5 seconds. For a long time, Gary Gensler has talked about how the US Federal Reserve could use Ripple. Even before he became president, Gensler had faith in the Federal Reserve, which had already added XRP and Ripple to their payment system for both domestic and foreign transactions. This was during the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple. Now let's talk about current events. Riverbank has joined the FedNet payment system, is a well-known Ripple payment partner that uses the RippleNet system. Let us break this down. This is more than just a bank. The xCurrent and xRapid services on RippleNet are used by this payment processor. For on-demand liquidity, both of these services use XRP and its ledger. Since Riverbank is now part of FedNet, it's clear that xRapid, xCurrent, and RippleNet, which are all based on XRP, will play a part. So the FedNet payment system is ready to use XRP to meet its liquidity needs for trades that take place across borders. As a result, we can expect XRP's value to rise as its uses and benefits grow. If you own XRP and are watching this, this is good news for your investment. Adding XRP to regular banking systems is more than just a sign of how useful the coin could be. It shows how the world of global business is changing. We're seeing a paradigm shift happen as traditional banks realize how fast, efficient, and cheap blockchain technologies like Ripple's are. Also, Gary Gensler's support and the actions taken by banks like Riverbank afterward are just the tip of the ocean. XRP and other similar technologies will have an impact on the whole financial industry as more companies learn about them and use them. Before we go any further, I have some exciting news for my readers. I have an offer for XRP. Just do these 3 easy things to join in. Rate this video with a thumbs up, click, turn on alerts, and share this video with your friends and family. When we pick our lucky winner, I'll make sure these steps are followed, so good luck to everyone. When we reach 60,000 users, we'll let everyone know who won. Let's get back to the subject at hand, XRP's worth and how important it is becoming. We've talked about how the US Federal Reserve is interested in it and how most people in the US want to use it. But people outside of the US are also seeing how useful XRP could be. Some countries, like the BRICS nations, and even the EU with its digital euro project, are looking into what it can do. The movies we've made on these topics go into more detail about how XRP is being used in Europe's digital euro project and the BRICS nations' CBDC. To restate our main point, the US isn't just interested in XRP as a possible CBDC, which we talked about in another video, they also want to use it to make cross-border trades more efficient. This isn't just true for CBDCs, it's true for all banking transactions, both at home and abroad. Let's look at what this means for the future value of XRP. There will be changes to XRP's value as more people use it, especially big financial institutions like the US Federal Reserve. In the end, how useful a coin is a big part of how much it's worth. When a digital asset like XRP is added to big financial systems, it's not just about the benefit it brings to transactions right away,